I promise you, this is so far from anything that you've ever been to.
And now.
So we're going to go through an exercise. I went through this exercise with Tony Robbins. It's called What is Your X Factor? And it gives you the ability just to think about what's inherent in you, no matter what the size of your team. And for Cherie and Kyle, I think it's more like what is the Lars Group's X Factor, or what could it be if it's not what we want it to be. But what is your X Factor? So the X Factor in business is the ability to find a way to add intangible value that goes way beyond what anyone can really measure. It's the ability to find a way to do more for your customers than absolutely anybody else, and to consistently maintain that standard. So when I started, this was not my first, what do I want to bring to the market? I was just like, let's just generate leads, call them. Internet buyer leads were different back then. They were sort of easier to convert, I feel. But we're going to go through an exercise that actually lets you think about that. It can be expressed it's the ultimate competitive advantage, expressed in a number of different ways. At its core, it's a form of leadership and way of thinking about who you are and what you bring to the marketplace. It's a vision and a way of gaining clarity around your outcomes. Critical thinking and the power to anticipate, because you understand and how to read seasons within your marketplace. How important 6 or 7 years into an upswing in the market do you think it is to read seasons in real estate? Raise of hands. I think one takeaway, and we're not going to cover it now, but at some point in the future, near future, I think, in the next 1 to 3 years, we will have a shift. So there's the ability to know what season we're in. When I was with Tony Robbins, it was the worst season. It was like 2009, 2010, I think, and it was just horrible. And things have just been better every year since. And things are just great. And when I drive around like Charlotte, I just remember thinking that, man, there was a lot of clay dirt exposed, in 2007, 2008, and I see a lot of clay dirt everywhere. Like the money is just flowing, and people are throwing up everything commercial, and there's like way too many restaurants than there should be now all of a sudden. I mean, everyone is just there's just an oversupply of money into the market now. So just know that your ability to read seasons and respond to it, and it's going to be great for all of us when the market turns. So I have no fear of a downturn in the market. We're going to be able to snatch up agents that couldn't make it, that are still quality, people that we want on our team, and just capture market share. And then the next time the market turns, your business is going to triple. All right, wave gain clarity, critical thinking, power and anticipate, cover that. And it's an ability to influence people and about making strategic decisions. So especially as you go beyond yourself, to know what you stand for and how you want that to live out in your business is really important. So we've got to get clear around it. And it's your ability to maximize your resources, to constantly improve the quality of life and experience for both people on your team, so agents and staff, and your actual buyer and seller clients. Creating business breakthroughs that maximize value. It uses a combination of skills, psychology, and experience to find that edge that makes a difference for your customers. And it could be any distinction. So I think when I started, I definitely felt like I brought a level of professionalism. I mean, just wearing a suit in real estate seems to put you in the top 10%. And so just like dressing like you're a professional is something that could be part of your X Factor. Everyone in my office dresses in business attire all the time. Straightforward advice that I didn't really mince words when I first got into the business. I think a lot of agents are so concerned about the sale that they're just kind of wishy-washy around giving advice. So that was part of my X Factor. Definitely my work ethic. Not as much market knowledge. I was willing to sell a home anywhere. If you were qualified, I sold homes. Every time I drive to the mountains, I don't even know how far. Where is it? It's on the way to somethingville, Cherryville. I sold like a $75,000 home in Cherryville, and it's like an hour and 15 minutes from here. And it was their third home they bought from me because the other two fell apart because they had repair issues. I made like $3 an hour in that deal. So marketing prowess, I mean, Dan's great at marketing. That could be your X Factor, your negotiating skills, like fighting for your clients, your culture, your mission, your systems, your team.